What I'm about to show you is a tornado that stretched across more area than any other, the widest in recorded history. It was the El Reno, Oklahoma tornado on May 31st of last year. It measured over 2.6 miles across. 22 people died in the storm that day, including 4 storm chasers. Many others were injured, among them a team from the Weather Channel. As the storm approached, their truck was caught right in the middle of it.
Everybody duck down. Everybody duck down.
They tumbled hundreds of yards into a field, destroying the vehicle and injuring the passengers. One of them was Mike Bettis, veteran meteorologist and storm chaser. He was also newly married at the time. He did an interview soon after it happened. Watch.
What is it that you thought about when you were up there?
No, I just saw my wife's face, and I thought, that's my life, and I don't want to give that up just yet, and thankfully I don't have to.
Well, now spring is here again, so another tornado season is upon us, and the Weather Channel has a new truck. Mike Bettis is going back out chasing this weekend for the first time since El Reno. Now, I'm a weather geek, so I get glued to this stuff whenever it's on TV. But a lot of people, I think maybe including me, think he's crazy to be out there doing this. So let's talk to him about that. Mike, thanks for joining me.
Hey, good to see you, Brian.
You too. After what happened last year, what are your feelings as you go back out today?
The plan is to be out there again. I think, sometimes, and I was one of those people that was very skeptical afterwards whether I'd go back out again or not. And I think I'd be regretting the decision if I didn't go back out this year.
What are the purposes of live tornado tracking on TV? Because I remember when I got to meet you, it was the day after the devastating tornado in Joplin, Missouri. You were one of the first reporters on the scene because you were actually tracking that storm when it happened. And when we talked the next day, you said part of the purpose of this coverage is to entertain. The other part of it is to inform. Is that fair that there's this balance between both?
Well, I think there is a balance between both. I think there are so many people out there that are weather enthusiasts. Weather is their hobby, and they enjoy seeing, what Mother Nature can do. And a lot of feedback we've gotten from our time out in the field is people are learning a lot from what we do out there. They're learning about the structure of storms. They're learning how tornadoes form, how they move. Even though their nature can be erratic, I think you can learn a lot from actually seeing them and witnessing them on TV. I think one of the big purposes for us being out there is giving ground truth to what National Weather Service meteorologists see on radar.
I do agree with you on that. Showing live pictures of tornadoes, which we've seen quite a few times in recent years, does make people more aware of it. They do take the threat more seriously when they can see the picture.
It's been proven in studies. I mean, I've talked to psychologists who have interviewed people after tornadoes and said, I didn't think it was going to happen to me. Nothing ever happens here, and the tornado sirens go off all the time. And I think there's that cry wolf syndrome almost, because a lot of times now, when people get their tornado warning, first thing they want to do is they want to run out to the front door, open the door, and see if they can see it. And if they can see it, they believe it. And I think for us, if we can show them that tornado and they can believe it, and they go and they take their family and their kids down to the basement and they're safe, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Here's the thing, though. You were right on the tail of that tornado in Joplin. You were caught up in the El Reno tornado. Have you taken too many risks in the past?
Well, I think there's an inherent danger in being out there and observing severe weather. There just is a risk, no matter how safe you are. I think that there are times, at least in the El Reno tornado in particular last year, where we were actually broadcasting that tornado, Brian, and against all instincts that I have as a broadcaster, and we had this big, massive tornado, the biggest I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
I said, we have to stop broadcasting. I wanted to keep broadcasting, but the meteorologist in me said, let's get our crew back in our cars and let's try to get away from this. We just didn't have enough time. And as we tried to get away from it, it expanded, as you mentioned, over 2.5 miles wide. It accelerated towards us, it intensified, and eventually caught us. I mean, thankfully, we were able to walk away from it. But I think lesson learned for a lot of chasers that day that ended up being probably in a tighter situation they would have anticipated, us included.
How does your wife feel about you going back out? I went and covered Hurricane Sandy like so many reporters a couple of years ago, and my wife was not very pleased that I was not at home with her when that storm was hitting the Mid-Atlantic. I don't know if she would let me go tornado chasing. What did you and your wife talk about
I
before
gotta-
deciding to go back out this year?
You know, Brian, it's a very interesting dynamic in my family because my wife is also a meteorologist, and we've chased before, and she was none too happy. Trust me, she was none too happy that it happened. But she understands. She understands that tornadoes are in my blood, and this is what I do.
But seriously, how did you convince your wife that this was acceptable again? I mean, did she really, was she really okay with it?
She is. I think she realized that day there were a lot of things at play that caused our accident to happen, and things that we are taking extra precautions this year to make sure don't happen again. And our crew, we have our same crew together this year that we've had together for the past 6 years. So that familiarity, having the same crew together, making sure that safety is first and foremost and broadcasting is secondary, I think that is really what's going to keep us out of harm's way this year and still be a great experience on TV. But we need to lead by example, and I think this year, you know, that is #1 priority. Lead by example and be safe.
Mike Bettis, stay safe, and thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Brian.
I think as long as we keep watching, people like Mike will still be out there chasing.